Everyone, I'm gonna reintroduce you, because
Okay.
we're at the hard break here, so I wanna do that. Ken Kilday, he is the owner of Leaders Cut. And we have our lines open here for everyone. Anyone who is in business, listen up. This is the perfect time, right now, to start getting, there is no bad time.
There's no bad time. There's, we always think of the beginning of the year as sort of a refresh, but I like to think of summer because sort of the dog days of summer, the kids are back in school, or they're sort of going to be back in school. So it's like another chance, especially for my current clients, or all business owners, business leaders in different companies. It's sort of, they reset and re-engage with work. Because the vacations are done, the kids are in school, and things are back to normal, and that's true for their teams as well. So even if you don't actually have kids that are back in school, I bet your employees do.
And so we have our lines open here for everyone. I want you to first tell everybody about it again so that they can hear that too. And everyone, there is an academy that through me, you're gonna get this for free, and all you have to do is go up onto his website, which is makingthecut.biz. He's gonna tell you all about it again right now, and then everyone can call in here at 602-277-5369, and you're gonna get this academy for free from me, plus all this other stuff too. Go ahead.
Exactly. So what we did, Carol, is we wanted to build a resource hub, so that current clients, but also people that are considering coaching, could see what we're about, get a feel for our coaching paradigm, and how we help elevate their leadership, advance their business, and so on. So if they go to makingthecut.biz, they will see access to a whole lot of resources. And the one that you just mentioned, the Academy, it does show as there's a paywall on that one resource, but callers to this show will get that for free. Everything else does not have a paywall of any kind. And I'm a firm believer that if I tell you I'm going to give you something, I then don't introduce some sort of condition. So when you go there, if you click on the ebook, we will send you the ebook. It'll automatically sign you up for an e-coaching series behind it, because we're all about giving you resources that you can use to make your business better. And you can take it at your own speed. So the ebook is designed to be full of resources, lots of invitations to call as you'd like, to make an appointment as you like, to text me or direct message me with questions as you like. Choose your own adventure, engage as you like, and then the ebook will then sign you up for the coaching series, 23 emails, read them as they come or file them. Again, we're going to cover all different topics. Most of them, if not all of them, will impact your business in some way, shape, or form. And if that's the one that you do really well, then you file that in your folder and you wait for the next one.
And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna love them all, because it just, that little something that starts your day, or something that just hits you in your mind, because you know what, that is so true, right? And I love the way coaches like you, I mean, and plus you are a professional, certified professional coach, which is, again, did I say that right?
Professional certified coach.
Yeah, the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, and not everybody is. There's coaches and there's coaches, and we're talking about a professional one here right now.
So I hold the credential from the International Coaching Federation, and that means it required me to, I chose to take 192 hours of training, of coursework. There's underlying certifications, and then I submitted a verifiable 500 hours of actual coaching with clients, and then I sat for a credentialing exam, and then I also had to submit 3 recorded phone calls with clients that they approved me to share, to be evaluated. So that's my credential, and that's the process I went through, so that
You're getting top notch.
You know that I have some sort of credentialing behind me.
And you know what else? That you've got the skin in the game, right? I mean, and you've walked their shoes, you understand.
Absolutely.
And that's the other thing too. And so we've got our lines open here, and we want everyone to be able to get this academy for free. You're gonna absolutely, absolutely love it. Like I said, you're gonna have him right there in the room with you. That's how it feels you know, and that number to call here is 602-277-5369. Toll free is 1-866-536-1100. Go up onto the website. It is makingthecut.biz. We talked about being stuck in chaos. We talked a little bit about that at that break too. And talking about practices, you wanted to talk about people.
Yeah, so what we've recently announced on our social media channels is that we're expanding our work with medical practices. I have several in my practice now, and I've worked with others in the past. And what we notice in particular is it's a great, in this environment, it is the very definition of a lot of people who are busy working in versus on their business. So if I think about the physician, there is the practice of medicine, but there's also the business of medicine. And those are two completely different things. And funny enough, I actually, I was at just a social gathering with a bunch of friends, and one of my friends is also a client, and she introduced me, this is so-and-so, and pointed to me and said, this is actually a business coach at work as well. And he said, yeah, I'm a physician, I don't even know what that means. And he kind of walked away, but later I got to visit with him, and he said, I'm sorry, so what do you do? And I said, you're actually a perfect candidate for what I do because you dismissed the business because you're a physician. I said, you own the practice, right? He said, oh yeah. And I said, so somebody has to do billing, somebody's handling the front desk component of the medical practice, you're actually administering the medicine part of the practice, and then there's a whole sequence behind the scenes for hopefully getting reimbursed for the service you just provided. He said, that is true. I said, well, people that are professionals, that's usually that tension of those are two completely different hats. Right? Treating the patient is completely different from running a profitable medical practice, regardless of specialty. So whether it's
it doesn't matter if it's a medical practice or anything. I know everybody listening, especially if you are that owner, right? But the one thing about, I say this, every time we talk about this, I think about me. And I'm going to say this because I know a lot of people will relate to this, is that when, unfortunately, we don't feel like, oh, nobody else could do it better than I.
Right, yeah.
That's the worst part about the whole thing,
Yeah.
is because you got to learn to let go to do that.
Right, well, it's what got you here won't get you there. You're right, you launched a business, and that was risky, and that was awesome, and you got a lot of grit to be able to do it, and you're only going to go so far. Because now, you said it very early today in the show of, you can't do everything yourself. You can, you're just never going to get beyond where you are right now. Somebody has to help you, or you won't be able to what we call scale.
The problem too is you never get anything done.
That too. I mean, you have a natural gift. You Carol, and every listener, you have a natural gift, and that means somebody else does too. It's opposite yours. So your gift is being on the radio and getting people to tell their story and helping them do that in a way that other people want to listen to. However, you probably don't love financial analysis and accounting and such, I'm going to guess.
Probably, yes, you're right. And he knows me so well. But here's what we're doing here. We've got our lines open here because he wants everyone to be able to get this academy free, which it comes along with all this other stuff that we talked about before, which is the book, the profit calculator, everything. I mean, say it really quickly because you can say it better than I.
Sure. If you go to makingthecut.biz, you'll get the ebook for free. The scorecard is right there online. The profit creation calculator is right there for you to use online. The Academy has a paywall. Don't use it. Just call into the show because Carol's going to cover that for you. So call into the show and we'll get you set up on the Academy without you going through the paywall.
So all you have to do is call me, and our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Go up onto the website, which is makingthecut.biz. You're going to love that you did, and maybe it's you or someone that you know. Tell them about this. But we've got our lines open here for everyone to get that academy from me for free. So 602-277-5369. It's makingthecut.biz. Hang tight. We're going to be back in just a minute. Okay, let me just see if something else. I wrote down something here, and I'm not exactly, I think I know what it means, but I want to make sure. Getting naked. What do you mean by that? You said it.
That was a book.
Okay,
That's
I
a
don't know.
book by
I
Patrick
thought it was
West.
gonna say something in my mind, I thought it was like getting naked, meaning you really gotta come out and talk about
That's
yourself
what,
being true.
that's what it talks, well, the book is about, giving people all the information, you just lay it all out for
Right,
them.
right.
I treat people, I coach people and treat them as if they were a client before they're a client. They can't experience it and know it, or know if I'm the one that will be able to help them, if we're the fit, if they don't get to experience them. And that's where I got it from, was
Okay.
that book
I
from
was,
Lindsay
okay,
called Getting
okay,
Naked.
okay, I had written it down, so.
I must have said it on the fly somewhere.
I don't know, but I wrote it down really quickly. The story you're telling yourself,
Yeah, that's a Brene Brown framing of, this is where the getting stuck is, of only I can, we tell ourselves two stories.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
too busy, I don't have time.
you're telling the story, okay.
And then the second part of that is, no one's going to do it like me. And it's so what? It's so going to be done well. That's worrying about the how versus worrying about the what. And that's the story we tell ourselves, is that sort of almost like this martyrdom
Yeah,
story.
you talk about that a lot. You didn't today a lot. You know, you usually say that right in the beginning about about the story that we tell ourselves of how, well, we're telling ourselves what we're trying to convince ourselves, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be, right? You can tell yourself you're a millionaire, and you should, and act one like
Right.
when you become one, maybe.
Yeah, it's more about a personal, the story I'm telling myself is a perception of, I'm just so busy and I don't have time, and
Mhm.
if I don't do it, no one will, and I can't stop long
Yeah,
enough.
right.
That's a story. Like, that's
You wanna talk
exactly-
about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that.
So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Ken Kilday. He is the owner of Leaders Cut. We have our lines open here for everyone, and I'm serious, folks. You know, anyone who is a self-help kind of person, right? First of all, you're going to love that, right? Anyone. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody should be. I wish that we all were.
Yeah.
Not everybody sees it that way. Or they think they do something one place and that's it. But I think, especially with yours, especially with you, when I read everything that you do, I always feel like it uncovers something else about me.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
something else about me that I can fix and I can do better.
How you do one thing is how you do many things. You know, there's patterns to human behavior. So you're asking me about one of my favorite Brene Brown quotes, which is the story I'm telling myself. It's owning that is my perception, not necessarily reality. It's reality as I think it is. And relative to what I do, most people that I run, most owners that I run into, most business leaders that I run into, all have the story of, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time.
Number
I'm
one.
so busy, it's number one. And then it's, well, let's take a step back. No, I don't even have time to do that. I don't have time to stop. Well, that's the story you're telling yourself. Everybody gets 168 hours. So if I can find one person who's doing the thing I want to do and doing it better than I am, that means there is another way than the way that I'm doing it. So I built my own excuse train, and that's where I'm stuck. I use that language a lot. Where are you stuck? And where are you telling yourself, I'm stuck in this thing I don't like doing and I don't see a way out? If I don't do it, no one will. Well, let's train someone to do it. I don't have time for that. That's a story you're telling yourself. You do have time.
Everyone does. You just have to make the time,
That's right.
right? And, but not only to make the time to know how somebody can help you, such as Ken, who can help you find those areas that you can't see. It's like you can't see the forest through the trees sometimes because you're so thick, you're in the thick of it.
Right, it's coming back to where you're holding your elbow when you putt. If I'm observing it, I will describe it in a way that you can now make a different choice. The whole coaching paradigm, the principles of being a coach are for me to share an observation, for you to have an awareness, and once you're in awareness, you are in choice. Once you know that
See,
you're
that's
doing
why
it.
I like coaches.
Yeah, once you know you're doing a thing, you can decide if you want to keep doing it. If you're going to be funny about it, so the first rule of being in a hole is when you realize you're in one, stop digging. So that's where coaches come in. Are you ready to stop digging the hole that you feel like you're standing in? Not feel like that you legitimately aren't doing a lot, but let's unpack and figure out, should you even be doing certain things in your business?
Also, another thing that I want to talk about too with this is that you're doing this at your own pace, right?
Absolutely.
But I do say that everything that you talk about is fast because you like to be able to help people, because everybody thinks, this is another thing, oh, I'm going to need them forever,
Right.
and they're going to drag me along, and that's
Oh.
totally not you.
No, we want, because most business people are trying to deliver results, whatever that means for them. How do they measure a result, if it's sales or clients or what have you? So delaying is not a tactic that actually works, right? It's again, sports. You have a certain game schedule. We can't afford to lose any of them, or we don't get to the championship, and that's when we talk about business. Do clients retain me for years? Yes, they do. We're working on completely different things in year 2 that we did 1, and 3 that we did 2, and so on.
Right, but also, how wonderful is it, when you can see something fast right away? It's just like, when you want to lose weight, right?
Sure.
When you see that first few pounds come off, all of a sudden you have a little skip and you jump, right? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right? And the same thing with anything that you do. And the wonderful thing is that like you see something works, and you're like, wow, that really made a difference. I can't wait to get on the phone with him and talk to him again about some other area, because I know there's just so many facets in a business
Sure.
that you can't help but do better.
Right, I mean, we always start where you want to start, and it's not in any order. So we may not be talking about the structure of your business when right now you're short-handed. We're going to talk about your hiring process, what has or hasn't worked in the past, how we adjusted, methodologies to be better at it. We're going to solve the thing that you want to solve. Or if you're like, slay the dragon, we want to slay it. Not talk about other things that may not matter to you. Because I want you to get results as fast as we can get to a result, a sustainable, long-term result.
Absolutely, and that sticks.
Yes.
Right? And the other thing that I love that you say, and I circled it, I didn't do it now, I just circled it at when we were doing it with a little star. No, this was one of these times that you were on that you said, I like the way that you say you explore at your own pace. Everything that you can do here, let's talk a little bit about all of that, again, bringing it back to what this is so that
Sure.
they can see.
Yeah.
Or here.
The 6 silver bullets is a 23-minute read. If you want to do it all at once, you don't have to do that. You can take it at a pace that's digestible, right? So if you have half hour a night to read, that's your committed time for your.
It only takes 23 minutes.
You'll get past it. If you slow down and take some notes,
Yeah, but you also don't have to read it from cover to cover.
Oh,
Right,
no.
right, and you can even, when you see, you're gonna see when you get it, you're gonna love it, because you can, right away, when you go to the table of contents, right there, you can see some of the things, and something's gonna stick out if you wanna do it that way. I liked to read it cover to cover. For me, I liked it, and I love the book, and I also love the way, like I said, you not only do you feel like he's right there with you, but again, the templates that you have to help them with all of you give them resources is what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources, and
Besides with the book, with everything else.
the why behind it is, if you're going to choose a coach, and this was based on Patrick Lencioni's book, Getting Naked. It's a parable telling about how we I demonstrate coaching and I show you all of my resources, you have all the cards on the table, there's not a great big surprise, so that if you decide that I'm the coach and this is the path we're gonna be on, you've already experienced it. I have nothing to hide, there's no secret in here. What any good coach will tell you is it's going to be dependent on your effort. Again, if you hire a fitness coach and you wanna lose 20 pounds,
You can't eat the Oreos in bed at night.
Can't eat the Oreos, and I can't pick up the barbell for you.
Right.
You've got to do that. You've got to do the work.
And you know what, the way I read you, the way I get when I'm reading you, should I say it that way, is that you are, that's the way you are. You almost have to, you can't wait to. Is because you are not, you put that right information right in front of them so that they can take that and jump with it. And
Absolutely.
you absolutely will. You can't help yourself but do it.
Yeah, it's, in what a lot of my clients have said, when I've asked them, hey, what has you renewing, or why are you staying along? They'll say, I'm coming in for, we're making progress, but also it's a safe space. So, I am not related to you, I'm not getting a paycheck from you, right, as an employee. So it's what you are asking me for is my objective advice and counsel, guidance and reflection from a coaching perspective, but if there's a consulting component, that's going to be more guidance. Nonetheless, it's a safe space for you to vent, to celebrate in a way that you can't do with your employees.
Well, he said it the best in the beginning. You know, if you want to take yourself to the next level, anybody can play a sport, basically,
Sure.
right? And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But if you really want to take yourself to the next level, and you want to do something right now, just think about it. At any time in Arizona, around this time of the year, you know, as we start to get into September, everybody starts getting that little bit of a feeling of excitement, you know, because, you know, it's just something that changes within us. Business starts picking up, which is also great, but right now, what a great time before before the end of the year. Don't say, you know, I'm gonna wait now till next year, whatever. Don't wait to put that on. What are your final words for today?
Yeah, take the action now. It's a great time in the summer now that the kids are going back to school. Your team members, your employees are in that boat if you're not, and everyone's ready to re-engage. This is a chance to reset, re-engage. Wherever you are in your business plan for the year, let's take a look at that and see what we can accomplish by year end.
Well, get this for free from me. That's a start.
That's
You're
right.
gonna love it. I mean, just go up onto the website in itself and explore on your own, and you're gonna see everybody gets a lot of that stuff for free, except the Academy you have to call me and get for free, right? That's the only thing. So, first of all, the website is makingthecut.biz, and the Academy, through me, all you have to do is call me and I'll get you connected to get that. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Take your business to the next level with, you know, with the excitement of having a better end of the year.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know what also, because we were talking about chaos, everybody gets into chaos now anyway, because, you know, the holidays and all of that. So let's get up there and go up onto that website and make a difference. And those little things that you do, you said it from the get-go too. It's the little things that you're gonna do that's gonna make such a huge difference. So start by making the call and calling me and getting this Academy for free. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. The website is makingthecut.biz. Final words, I'm gonna let you close it.
Yeah, I mean, decide to capture some more of your time and free up some more of your cash.
Well, you can't say it any better.
Yeah.
Call in here. You're going to love it that you did. Our number here is 602-277-5369. It's makingthecut.biz.